You see the title, Toxic Family Systems. I have found 8 reasons why most of us are having these toxic family systems. So in this video, I'm going to just get to it. We're not going to take too long because you're going to find out today, is your family a little toxic? Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Vanessa Thyself, and you are tuned into Always Healing. If you have not checked out my Bloodline Series, it is trickled in Always Healing. You guys will see that it has more of a dingy look, a more serious look to it. Here are some of the videos right here. So as I'm putting together this family mystery that I'm on, because I'm trying to find clues of what happened to my family. And as I'm finding clues, I'm also finding secrets. So I want to share 8 things that I'm noticing that happens in a toxic family system. Number 1, family secrets. Yes. Something happened in the family and nobody wants to tell the truth of what happened to that person, to the situation. And so this family secret can turn into a lot of dysfunctional behaviors in the family, a lot of behavioral issues, a lot of karmic situations, a lot of health issues because of this secret. Hereditary diseases. So typically in a family that has toxic energy in it, there's this like disease that passes from grandma to mom and dad, down to you and the cousins, down to your children. This hereditary disease probably is linked to an issue in the family. I have a hint for you. If you have a disease that keeps bouncing from generation and generation, you need to look up the metaphysical meaning of that disease. You need to look up the spiritual science meaning of that disease. What chakra is it connected to? And I'm sure you'll find out. Another issue that keeps coming up when it comes to a toxic family system is the unhealed womb. An unhealed womb is the space on the woman in her belly area, right? Well, inside of her belly is a womb. And depending on how a woman takes care of her womb is what will happen to that life. It could be a thought, it could be a person, it could be her baby daddy, it could be her own daddy. But if she has negative energy in her womb space, she will continue to create unfortunate situations because she's carrying it in her womb. If you guys have not checked out Queen Afua, Sacred Woman, this book is for every Black woman or women of color, period, should just check it out. But for Black women especially, healing our wombs is so important, and that journey's long. It's not a let me read the book and then just figure it out. No, it actually requires you to do some work, some research, and some understanding in order for you to heal your womb. And that stuff is where, like, I feel like most families today that are toxic, someone in the family or multiple women in the family have an unhealed womb. Dysfunctional structures. We know that society got us all jacked up right now. We have very interesting family structures. But when the family structure is dysfunctional, where it don't make sense for the child, where it doesn't make sense for the longevity of the family, this can turn into a really big issue. This can turn into patterns and cycles and generations of issues. Cycles of depression. So everybody in their family has somebody that's real depressed. And I'm learning that there's different types of depression. Energy can create a toxic family dynamic because depression has its own dark energy and it actually spreads to other people. I was in a relationship with someone, and this person would have cycles of depression. This person also wanted to have a family. And me being the spiritual person that I am, I was like, let me go get a reading done separate from them just to see what would happen. Let me read about our dynamic. The reading said, if I had children with this man, I would also have depressing children because he was so chronically depressed. Depression is an energy that can bounce from person to person in the family. You have to heal your depression. You have to identify what it is, how to get rid of it, and get it out of your auric field. It's okay to have a moment of depression, but when it lingers and it turns into chronic depression, you are setting yourself up for a toxic family system. You can't have one without the other. Cycles of anxiety. Anxiety is also an issue in the family dynamic. Anxiety could mean a couple of different things, and I'll let you do the work. But is there anyone in your family that's always jittery, always scared, always nervous and worried and has anxiety cycles? They can't function around certain people. They can't think without having this anxiety moment. The more you look into your family dynamic and you see that there's certain people's energies that's always like that, you have to question why. Who's making them like that? What energy or thought pattern is making them have this anxiety cycle? Why you can't be around Uncle Todd all the time? Why you get anxiety when he's around? A toxic family dynamic that I just know is a thing because it's happening in my family. When we start neglecting each other, when we stop calling each other. A lot of times social media tends to be the number one way to check on people. But whatever happened to like popping up over your family's house and seeing what's going on in their house, seeing what's going on with them? This your brother. This your cousin. This your mom. Why you can't just go check on them for an hour or 2 hours? What happened to checking on your family members? But is the energy so dense and dark that you don't even like seeing what's going on over there? Did you find out that they was on them drugs? And the last issue, I just said it. Drugs. Yes. When we find out that our family is having addiction issues, it's so heartbreaking, y'all. Because it's like you can't really stop that person, and that person has to come to their senses of why they're doing it. I mean, there could be an intervention that could, help identify that it's a problem, but that doesn't mean that the person that has the addiction is going to go get the help. But addiction usually pops up in a toxic family system. And I have a hint for you. Usually, if someone has an addiction, it is because they are not living in their purpose. They are not giving out their gifts. So they may be really talented. They may be very creative, very expressive in some capacity, but the family will judge them, so they don't do it. And so instead of being who they truly are, they get involved in unfortunate situations. And addiction starts to become a thing. And I'm not just talking about like street drugs. I'm talking about prescription drugs too. Some people get on these prescription drugs and now the family really trying to figure out what's going on. Did I go too far? No, I did not. Okay, because when you're trying to heal your family, you have to understand that there's layers to it, right? And all in all, when you're on your spiritual journey and you're starting to become more conscious and aware, you start seeing toxic stuff in everybody. Like your eyes is open. This eye, these eyes, like all of it is open. And you like, oh my God. You have some work to do. And the work starts with working on yourself. We cannot change how other people are, but we can set the example. We can pray for our family and friends. We can start doing our journeys. We can start doing our altar work. You can really get deep into your spiritual path so you can be the one that clears up these generational issues, these generational curses, okay? Because it's a thing. Don't disregard it. I know people be like, don't think like that. Them the ones probably got the problem. You don't want to think about what? Let me tell you, our family got some issues. That's a curse to me because we can't get ahead. We still broke. We still in poverty. We all ain't winning. You know the family toxic if nobody's winning or just one, and that one done left so far left, you don't know where they at. If you guys like this video, click like. If you keep coming back, click subscribe. And thank you for tuning in to Always Healing.